Hello everyone, welcome back to The Media Couple. I'm Rory.
And I'm Sophie.
Where we break down the latest in film, TV and entertainment from an insider's perspective.
Yes, and happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
As you can see, we are in our costumes.
Yeah, Sophie went with Batgirl.
Yep, or Batwoman, I don't know, whichever one you want to pick.
Whichever book, comic,
Guess
either
who
one.
Rory is?
Yeah.
It's not hard to guess.
You got
Ron
it.
Weasley.
Ron Weasley, yeah. That's what I was going to say, yeah. I love that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, how could I not look like Ron? I'm actually Alan Carr with a scratch on his head. That's who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
For those of you listening, Rory is in a really average Harry Potter costume and I'm literally wearing a bat headband. So we've gone all out.
This, of The Media Couple, we are like that, you know.
Indeed, but we are going to be talking about actual media things and not our costumes.
No.
So let's move on from that. Today, we've got a really good episode for you guys. We are talking Lily Allen's brand new album, West End Girl, which is, she's spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy.
I mean, it's, you know.
I wouldn't want to be David Harbour right now.
Definitely. The heat is on.
Exactly.
Harbour.
And then speaking of David Harbour, we are also going to be talking all things Stranger Things. I think it's series 5.
Yeah, the final and 5th season.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then finally, we're ending with a Rotten Tomatoes game all about heartbreak and divorce, you know, to really pay homage to, I should have done Halloween once. I didn't really think that through, did I?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
just like completely forgot it was Halloween apart from the dress up.
Apart from the dress up, yeah.
Well, sorry guys, no spooky films.
And as well, like historically, Sophie doesn't like scary films. So Sophie would be like, oh, you know, Elf. What do you think of that?
This is really quite a spooky film. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Lily Allen, West End Girl.
Let's get into it.
The album that's got everybody talking. Yeah. I mean, the album that's got David Harbour probably wanting to hide under a rock somewhere and never come out for the foreseeable.
David Harbour's PR team are going, oh God, David.
Yeah.
Don't know if we're going to get out of this one.
Yeah. So for those of you who have not listened to it, go listen to it. It's a brilliant album.
It's a good album.
It's Lily Allen's latest album. She hasn't released any music, or at least an album, in the last 7 years. And she has released this, and it's allegedly all about her divorce from David Harbour.
Yeah.
It's not a read between the lines kind of album. It's a listen to the lyrics and wow, you can really tell what happened kind of album.
Yeah, there is definitely no reading between the lines. It's this is the lines.
Yeah,
These are the lines. Yeah.
She is scathing about him and their relationship and what he did. Specifically, the song Madeline, I think is probably her arguably most brutal song.
Yeah.
Where she basically explains, well, I'll let you go listen to it. And there's a few others, sleepwalking, ruminating, and one which we can't say on this channel.
So we'll get banned.
But ends in Palace.
Yeah.
And is quite a song.
It's quite explicit.
It's a real tell-all from her. But I mean, she has form for doing this kind of stuff.
She does.
You know, she has done this before to her own brother.
Yeah, to Alfie.
She actually named the song Alfie.
She
just
did.
in case you didn't know who she was talking about.
Yeah.
He was also in Game of Thrones.
He was Theon.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if he might, if he was bothered by it.
I would like to ask him that question one day.
One day. Yeah, if we ever get to talk to him on this podcast, we'll ask him. We'll go, were you annoyed
How was it to be dragged by your sister on the world stage about being lazy, smoking too much weed and not doing anything with your life?
And he'll go, well, it made me get a job in Game of Thrones.
It did, exactly.
So, you know, thank you, Lily.
Indeed. I think, this has definitely been an interesting one. I think for me, the only thing that I can really think about right now is, God, what it must be like to be David right now. And I mean, from the sounds of what he did, allegedly deserves it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also a lot of other things that I think are going to have a ripple effect, sort of, you know, Stranger Things might potentially be affected by this, considering it's coming out so soon.
Yeah, definitely.
I do wonder whether, you know, we haven't heard from David Harbour yet,
no,
right? So we haven't heard
press
from him.
statements, no nothing.
He hasn't said anything. I wonder if he's just going to lay low, try and let this blow over. I mean, Lily Allen has just announced her world tour with this album, so not sure how much that's going to blow over anytime soon.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is obviously the biggest,
horizon.
You know, final season. It seems to be that you know, the art and the artist. I mean, there's a little bit of crossover.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say is that I think it's such a brilliant way that she has used her art to express her feelings. And also, I kind of feel like, you know, the open marriage thing with those two, like, you know, I don't know how else Lily Allen would, you know, portray her feelings.
Yeah.
And it's one of those albums as well, which you don't hear as often anymore, where I actually sat and listened to the album from the first song all the way to the last song.
Yeah.
And it tells a really, really nice story.
Yeah, it's really cohesive.
Well, not nice, but as in like it's been written very well.
No, but it
from
feels
a musical
like,
element.
It also feels like we're going through a journey with her. You know, that you feels like there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to her album.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
from a storytelling perspective. But that's also Lily Allen's style. She is a storyteller in that sense.
Yeah.
And quite a literal storyteller.
And like what you say, uses a lot of her own, experiences in life in her music,
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't really think we necessarily needed to know, but, we're all here for the gossip.
But yeah, we're here for the gossip. Yeah, absolutely. And now we know them. Great.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, for the Stranger Things franchise, do you think this will hurt them?
I think it couldn't have come at a worse time.
Yeah.
If you want my complete and utter honesty. I mean, David Harbour, in terms of his career, obviously he did, the Marvel franchises, like his career has sort of blown up a lot. And with Stranger Things, it's been 3 years since the last season came out. So it's been there's been a lot of anticipation about this final series.
Yeah.
And I think this coming out as we're about to launch, it's launching on the 26th of November.
Well, do you think she did it on purpose?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is the biggest series of David Harbour's career, and it's also the biggest series ever made.
Yeah, well, I mean...
certainly in terms of production cost.
Yeah, I mean, good on her for doing it, at that time. Do you reckon the team will have to respond, like the PR team?
I think eventually they'll have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, it's not going to be long before... I mean, hasn't the alleged woman who he slept with is... come out
the
and made a
alleged
statement. Madeline, yeah.
Yeah, she came out supposedly and
made a statement
and said I don't really want to be,
involved.
part of it. But I mean, the statement was made for her on the song Madeline,
yeah,
where
true.
it's sounds like her texts are being read out loud by Lily.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, when I say this album is explicit, it is explicit in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
It is explicitly. It seems like verbatim taking texts from the other woman
that are real. Yeah.
That are real. We seemingly get to hear the other end of a phone call that Lily and and allegedly David are having.
I remember you said we were listening to that song. Which song is that?
West End Girl.
West End Girl.
It's at the end of West End
we were
Girl.
listening to West End Girl and it finished and I turned to Sophie and I went, "Oh, that was really nice." And she went, "Wait." And then
you wait.
This full message plays and you're
about
like...
a minute long or it feels like.
Yeah. You're like, wow. Like...
Yeah.
What insider information to be able to just put that out there.
I know. It's brilliant. I think it's a great album. It's very Lily. I feel like it's, the grown up version of Lily, but also the attack kind of takes no prisoners Lily that we also know, which
love.
I really like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, her album has done really, really well, which goes to show, I think...
I'm here for this Lily Allen comeback.
I think I heard the other day on the radio, don't quote me on this, but I think I heard the Demi Lovato's album came out and obviously she's been putting out music quite consistently.
Yeah.
Lily hasn't put one out for 7 years, but I think both of them sold the exact same amount of copies or had the most amount of streams, something like over 4 million in their first couple of days they were released. So it sort of goes to show that Lily Allen, there's an appetite for her.
Oh, there totally
is.
And
there's definitely big fans out there.
I think it's also, there's an appetite for her type of music in terms of, oh my gosh, we're getting to see behind, it's a very vulnerable album.
Yeah.
And we get to see how she's navigated this. It's been a high profile, relationship between the two of them.
Yeah.
People are naturally interested.
And also quite exciting relationship initially.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it kind of made me think how is David Harbour going to really survive this? Because I've been seeing people saying how it's really made his character Hopper. They're looking at his character differently, and I can understand that because we kind of have this weird parasocial relationship with characters in films and movies and shows that we love.
We think that that's the real person, and we struggle to detach from it.
Exactly, we've seen it on The Traitors with Mark Bonnar.
Yeah,
where Joe was hating him and it's he was it's not me, I'm a real person.
Yeah, because of the Line of Duty stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can understand how, that those lines do get blurred. I guess the question I have is, should we separate the art from the artist?
I think it's very difficult to do that in a television series.
Yeah.
I think you can sometimes separate the art from the artist when you're not physically seeing the artist on screen. But
what, even music?
I think, well... Yeah.
R. Kelly?
Yeah. Well, no, I guess it's very hard to separate the two when they've done something bad.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously I'm not comparing David Harbour to R. Kelly.
No,
Just
God, no.
For clarity.
No.
They are definitely very different spheres. But I do think it's an interesting question, you know, especially for TV stars nowadays, with social media, especially when you're in a high profile relationship like that, it feels a little bit like, you need to uphold certain standards.
I think so.
And contracts, in a lot of industries have morality clauses.
Yeah.
I do wonder whether, there's an element of that maybe needs to be brought in for cast. I don't know.
Well, I do agree. I think that you have to, when you attain that certain level of fame. I mean, I know that every human being makes mistakes all the time.
Of course.
And there's a price to pay that comes with the fame. Your life is in the public eye, unfortunately, because you're an interesting person, and people want to know even more about you and see all of your daily life. So I do think, but then I think it's on you. You have to be extremely careful. The same way a politician comes under intense scrutiny when they do anything wrong. It's the same rule applies, I think, to people who have that level of fame.
Yeah. Well, I think the rule of thumb here is don't mess with Lily Allen.
Yeah. Never, ever do anything bad because you'll be in her next album.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like Taylor Swift. Don't mess with Taylor Swift. Don't mess with Lily Allen.
Exactly.
Don't mess with women in general.
Yeah.
I mean, that's generally,
especially Batgirl.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't go there.
I know. Well, so I mean, that sort of leads us nicely into Stranger Things, doesn't it?
So as you have probably seen and heard, Stranger Things 5, Series 5, the finale. God, we've waited a long time to get here.
It's been a long time.
It's been 3 years since I was
going to say it's definitely been more than 3 years that the series been going, but yeah.
Oh no, sorry. I mean, it's been 3 years since Series 4 came out.
Yes.
It's just insane how long it's taken for us to get to this point. And considering that all the actors are young, so they're all growing up.
Well, they're all grown up.
They're grown now.
Some of them are married with kids.
Yeah, exactly. So it needs to close now, and I think everyone is very excited for it to finish.
I'm surprised it has taken them quite this long.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, same. I mean, well, you can see it and you can see it, this is what I really want to talk about because this has never, ever been done. But Netflix have well and truly pulled out all the stops for the final season. They have done like a global activation campaign, basically, which is going out across the world. And it's where you can see the first episode of season 5 on the big screen.
What, in theatres?
In theatres. Exactly.
That's
so it's happening in London here, for example, at Odeon Lux on the 26th of November. And you can watch the first episode on the big screen. What do you think about that?
I think I was thinking about this the other day as well, about how, we've also looked at TV recently that has had such a decline in ratings. Mm-hmm. I think just as recently as a few weeks ago, it was the first time the 9:00 slot in the UK had under 1 million views across all channels.
Yeah, bonkers. Yeah.
Right? And I think it's really interesting that Netflix are doing something like this, because what we always used to have with the, regular TV at a specific time was this sort of collective watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
The nation was watching.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I think doing something like this where you're bringing a series or, a really big franchise into the theatre brings back that element of collective watching.
Of course, yeah.
And it gives people something to talk about because it's finally something to do other than, and you have to go to the theatre at this specific time to watch it.
Yeah, you have to buy your ticket and this is it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting way of sort of bringing back that collective watching in an era where that's not happening on broadcast and there's so much choice out there.
Yeah, of course.
Also, it feels like TV, high-end TV at least, is sort of starting to straddle the world of movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because let's not forget that the final 2 episodes of Stranger Things Series 4 were over an hour each.
Yeah.
Which was they felt like small films, didn't they?
They did.
90-minute films.
Yeah.
Which in the world of, high-end television, normally 58 minutes to an hour, sometimes even less than that. Mm-hmm. But this is interesting. You'll find this quote interesting. So obviously, co-CEO Ted Sarandos of Netflix famously called moviegoing outdated, right?
Did he?
Yes. So he said it's an outdated concept, moviegoing. However, now They are bringing the biggest franchise they have ever created to the big screen. And I just find that really interesting because I think it has a lot to do with what you've just said. It's a community element. I also feel like a lot of fans, super fans, for example, of Stranger Things, are quite frustrated at how long we've taken to get to this point.
Yeah, it has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It has been a long time coming. I'm surprised at how long
it's taken.
Yeah, I do wonder what was the hold up? Is it cast?
Could be the writing, could be the money.
Well, it wouldn't be the money because they'd have the money.
Yeah,
was it the money?
It will be the most expensive series ever produced.
Yeah.
Until, Harry Potter's HBO comes out, which I am the lead role in. So that's why I'm, as you can see, or if you can hear me. Yes. Sorry. Drop that there. This is interesting. The Duffer Brothers, who are the creators of the Netflix show, actually pushed for a theatrical release.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they wanted it. They wanted this globalization
of it. Anybody who's in this industry loves that. That's what you fall in love with when you're when you're young and you're going to the movies, and people, most people who we know who have always wanted to go into this industry all say and all love going to the cinema.
Yeah.
There is something special about being at the cinema and watching a big film on a big screen and, having that sort of the in-person element of it. It's what TV never has.
Yeah.
But also TV used to have the, timed viewings. So TV was a slightly different experience. You think about Friends, for example, when that came out and when it was weekly, every episode that was dropping, everyone was watching Friends.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you could be watching one series and I could be watching a completely different series and we could be, interested in the same kind of thing, but we won't have anything to talk about in common.
Yeah.
Whereas you put it in the cinema. Think about, Barbie, Oppenheimer, you look at Wicked, all of those things are collective things that we can talk about that the cinema still brings, whereas TV kind of is losing that.
I think that's the thing. I think more and more the cinema is evolving into the theatre. Yeah. Right. I know it's the movie theatre, but it feels ever more now that people don't rush to see the latest films in a movie theatre anymore, really.
They want to see the biggest
They want to see the biggest things, of course they do, but they're not going to go watch everything, right? No. A lot of stuff, some stuff comes straight to streaming, obviously. Lots of stuff. Netflix, Netflix put out the entire series in one big go,
Yeah.
It's only with Stranger Things and stuff like that on their big shows that they don't do that, that they withhold it and treat it more like a theatrical release and have volume 1, volume 2, 3.
But I think as well, speaking on volumes, the amount of content at the moment that is being made, just generally, there's no way that all of that content could go into cinemas.
No.
We are creating content and TV, films, all of that on such a larger scale than we were even 20 years ago, that it's sort of, of course you're not going to have everything go into the cinema, but the stuff that people really want to watch, whether it's a TV series or whether it's a film, can go into the cinema. And I think that's what's nice. It feels like those two worlds are sort of starting to mesh together in the same way that they mesh together on streaming platforms.
Yeah.
It's not like we're sitting on a streaming platform going through and going, oh, well, that's a film, so I'm not going to watch that. It doesn't matter if it's a film or a series, it kind of meshes together. Whereas on broadcast, you would have to go to this movies channel to go and watch a film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas everything else was television.
Exactly.
And now it feels like those lines have kind of blurred. So I don't see why we shouldn't have TV series in cinemas.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're on the scale of Stranger Things.
I agree. That's what I mean. I was about to say, if they're going to put that much production value, that much storytelling effort, that much money behind it, God, it definitely deserves a theatrical release,
essentially what these series are a series of massive films.
Yeah.
Massive films.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, they deserve it.
Okay, cool. So you're going to be going then?
No.
Oh.
No.
What do you mean? So Batgirl's not attending?
Well,
they're going to be heartbroken.
I won't be going, mainly because it's a bit cold.
It's a bit cold. Right, fair enough.
No, but I won't be going because we're not going to be here when it comes out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a bit cold. We are going on holiday.
We're going away, guys. Sorry. All right, we've got to get out of here.
But we will be going to Wicked.
We will. We will. As you know, Sophie loves Wicked.
I do.
So that's
Part
why
2.
Wicked Part 2 for good.
That.
So
anyways,
we'll be there.
Moving on to the clearly obvious Heartbreak episode on this Halloween special.
This All Hallows Eve.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes, Heartbreak. For those of you who do not know what the Rotten Tomatoes game is, it is basically where I tell Rory a name of the film. He tells me what he thinks the audience and critics score is on Rotten Tomatoes. Tell him if he's right or wrong. He's always wrong. We talk about the film, we move on. They're always themed, usually themed about what we talked about in the podcast, which is why it's Heartbreak. You know, it should have been Halloween.
Yep.
I'll take that one on the chin.
Yeah.
Should have been
Thank
Halloween.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, you should take that one, actually.
That's on me.
That's on you.
Anyways, the first film in today's Rotten Tomatoes segment, Marriage Story.
Marriage Story. Now, that's a great film.
It is a great
Oh,
film.
Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson. If you haven't seen that film, go watch that film because that's a really good film.
There's a scene where they argue, which is
So raw.
arguably...
Stop it.
See what I did there?
Stop it.
Arguably one of the best scenes in...
Cinema history,
Cinema
I think.
history,
In terms
I
of
think.
like a real raw argument,
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Feels the writing in that was incredible, and the performance, and
Oh,
the
the acting,
performances.
yeah, it's
to
just-
be fair, all of it, and the direction. Oh, it's just all
Oh my
great.
God, it's just to die for. This is art, okay?
No, but it is really good. So if you haven't seen it, do go and watch it.
Go watch it.
Anyways.
It's on Netflix, I think, isn't it?
What's the critics and audience score?
Critically, I'm going to go for 94%.
Mm-hmm.
Audience, 87.
Gosh, you were very close. 95% critically, and 85% audience.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
you're all right.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think the audience score is actually,
I knew it would be lower.
but I
Knew
think
would
I think it
lower.
should be higher.
I do think it should be higher, but I knew it would be lower. It's not to everyone's taste, those type of films.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, like, if you think about it, the whole thing is about the dynamic of a relationship breaking down over time. You know,
That's why the theme is heartbreak.
that's true.
Yeah.
Not Halloween. I mean, you could argue that Halloween relationships break down, which is why they get murdered.
Right.
You could argue that. Mike Myers, you know.
Anyways, next one, Gone Girl. Gone Girl.
Well, that's kind of a spooky film. It's a thriller.
It's a thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sophie's level of spookiness.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, to be fair, I couldn't have done a Halloween
Where's
themed
my
one.
wife?
Right.
Audience score, critic score, 88%.
Mm-hmm.
Audience, 83.
Critically, 88%. You got it.
Yes!
The audience score is 87% though.
Oh, 83, I said.
Yeah, they were pretty much on par.
Yeah, even. I mean, that's a great film.
It is a very
That's
good
a good film. I like that film.
Based on a book.
Based on a book. It's a great book as well.
Yeah, very good book. We're not going to spoil it for you. Go watch it.
Go watch it.
Next one. I mean, I had to do this one because of our beloved Diane Keaton, but The First Wives Club.
Oh, don't tell me what to do.
That one.
That one,
with Goldie Hawn, Diane Keaton,
Bette Midler.
and Bette Midler. That's it.
Don't worry, I got you covered. Okay. First Wives Club. Critically, 80%.
Okay.
Audience, 85.
Okay, critically, 49%.
I knew it. Yeah, I should have gone loads.
Did you know
lower.
it? Did you know it? 86%, you knew
it. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Audience score, 68%.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you?
I was, how close was I?
So
I was really
close.
close.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a film that's more just like a cult classic now. It's sort of grown over time.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that score needs to be revised. It is a great film. And of course, we couldn't have a heartbreak/divorce segment without Kramer versus Kramer.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Classic.
Classic.
Right. I'm
Dustin Hoffman.
I'm gonna go big for this. This has got to be 100%.
Okay.
Critically, audience 95.
Okay. Critically, it got less than Marriage Story, 90%. I know, they were harsh back in the 80s. It was 1987 when this came out, right?
Well, yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah. 89% audience score.
What did I say?
You said 90 something. Yeah. So Kramer versus Kramer had a higher audience score than Marriage Story, but a lower critical score than Marriage Story, which I think is really interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
I know.
Because I thought that would be a 100% film, that one. I know. Well, anyways, guys, on that note.
Yes, on that note, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. As always, we put these out every week. If you have enjoyed this one, please do subscribe, like, comment. Let us know. What do you think of Lily Allen's new album? Or do you think that David Harbour should be in the latest season of Stranger Things. How is that going to impact the new series? And we will always be here next week. So do make sure you tune in. Thank you for being here and see you then.
See you on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.